Happy Valentine's Day. Today I made my daughter and I a seafood boil, and I'm going to show you how if you want to tag along. For a good seafood boil, you're going to need a large pot. I had a ton of consomme left over from when I made birria tacos, so I figured why not use it to cook the seafood in. I figured that would give a lot of flavor. To make a boil, I also love to use orange juice, so I'm going to use about 3/4 of this. The rest of this I'm going to save to drink. Over the last few days, I've been losing my voice to some allergy-induced laryngitis. So fun. So I'm going to pump some extra vitamin C into my system. I'm also going to fill this up with some water. You're going to want your pan a little over halfway, about 2/3 of the way full of liquid. When you do a boil, you want to be very heavy on the seasoning. So the consomme is heavily seasoned. However, we're still going to add some more flavor in there. I have about half of a container of Old Bay blackened seasoning. I'm tossing what I have left in there. A heavy amount of garlic powder. And some orange pepper. You're going to start out with just your potatoes in here and cook it for about 30 minutes. I like to use baby potatoes in my boil, so you're going to take those. Make sure to wash and rinse these before you toss those in the pot. I also like to take these and poke them with a fork so a little bit more of the boil can get inside the potato. The very first thing that you are going to cook is going to be your potatoes because they are going to take the longest. Next, we're going to prepare our corn. Now, ironically, even though I live in Indiana, which is corn country, it's hard to find fresh corn this time of year. This is the closest I can get, and I refuse to use the frozen in a boil. So I'm going to take these, wash, rinse, and clean them. Even though they've been processed, they still have little hairs on them. See these? You don't want those in your boil. Once you've got those cleaned and ready, you're just going to snap them in half, just like that. Your corn is going to take the next longest. You're going to throw that in your pan. I'm going to cook this for about 15 minutes with the corn before I add other ingredients. My daughter said, "Mom, do not forget the sausage," so of course I got some of that to add into the boil. The beautiful thing is that even though I'm spending Valentine's Day as a single person, I still got my little girl to share it with, and you're never alone when you love yourself, and I have a lot of self-love. I did get my daughter some stuff for Valentine's Day. I always do every single year to let her know that she is loved. So I'm going to show you guys what I got for my daughter. Her Swedish fish, because that's one of her favorite candies. I also got my daughter this super cute Spider-Man themed bouquet. It's got Spider-Gwen in there, which I thought was so cool. And ironically, my daughter's name is Gwen. I also got these Krabby Patty bouquet things, which she also loves Krabby Patties. Gummy candies are usually her go-to. Next, I'm going to toss in that sausage. I'm going to let that cook for about 10 minutes before I add the seafood. One of my internet friends, Heather, sent me a DoorDash gift card. I put that towards crab legs, which my daughter has desperately been wanting. Cook that for about 5 minutes. Last thing we are going to add is our shrimp. They take the least amount of time. These are only going to take about 5 minutes. Oh my gosh, y'all. Doesn't that look so good? And just like that, bougie on a budget style, you have a delicious seafood boil. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Love y'all, and I'll see you for another recipe tomorrow. Bye.